Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you back to another Nintendo Village live stream. We are bringing you Dandara today, newly released for the Nintendo Switch. It's an indie darling. It's stolen a lot of people's hearts. Our own Gary Gray tried this out. I think he said at EGX. I forgot where he was able to check it out from, but I've had my eye on this game for a while. You may notice this was a highlight from one of the directs, one of the Nindy directs that Nintendo had started touting a long time ago. So this is a long time coming. Very excited to play. I've spent some time with the game already, about 4 hours or so, and it's pretty cool. I got some complaints, but it's pretty cool. Now I wanted to start really quick. I thought this would be really interesting for a game like this, is to read what the game's all about. So this is the official stuff. This is straight from the eShop. I like to do it a little bit dramatic. In a bizarre universe where the oppressed are on the brink of oblivion, Dandara has awoken to reshape the world. The world of Salt hangs on the brink of collapse. The citizens, once free spirits, now stand oppressed and isolated. But not all is lost, for out of this aether of fear arises a heroine, a ray of hope. Her name is Dandara. Welcome to a unique 2D Metrovania platformer full of mystical creatures and boundless exploration. Defy gravity as you jump across floors, walls, and ceilings alike. Discover the mysteries and secrets hidden throughout the world of Salt and its diverse array of characters. Empower Dandara for combat and survival against enemies bent on oppression. Awaken Dandara to bring freedom and balance to this directionless world. Let's get started, shall we? Got my handy dandy Pro Controller. Make sure that we're still stray bag. Alright. So let's see what this game's all about. So, right off the bat, you'll notice that it's not the conventional platformer. I read the story, I read the little intro there, because as you can see with me right now, the story's a little bit nuts. Whoops, Carbonite's trying to protect me. Gotta renew that subscription. Oh no. But let's check this out, okay? Let's do it together. The Salt was once in a beautiful piece. Creation and intention merged together into learning, but like cancer, a golden idea grew. The balance broke, and oppression came. But then, from the crib of creation, a new hope has awakened. Whoa. Ooh. Look at that. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm mimicking my initial reactions for you guys, because again, I played the game. Spend some time with it. We're going to be reviewing this for the Nintendo Village, so fear not. Oh. Okay. So, in the game, you're able to not necessarily jump ever. Your movement's all based on this kind of leap, I would call it. You're definitely still kind of kicking off, so let's call it a leap. So this teleport-like movement is pretty simple. Holding the left analog stick, you aim, avoiding obstacles, of course, and you're relegated to only the white areas. So I can't go for this area right here. Can't go for this area right here. When you're pointing to where you'd like to go, if you're pointing at a dead area, so not one of the white safe zones, it's going to put you at the nearest possible location. So I'm aiming straight down, but it's going to put me over to the nearest area that you can move to. So it's pretty good. It allows for some pretty quick movements, and you'll see that later. Raising the flag at the little campsite. This is where you can upgrade Dandara's abilities and health. You'll notice later that it's kind of expensive to upgrade things early on, which surprised me. There was a patch released just yesterday, I believe, and that's going to make things a little less expensive. So at the campsites, you can go ahead and rest, raise the flag to be a respawn point, so you have to reach your campsite. This is where things get a little bit weird. So it's called the World of Salt, according to the description that we read in the beginning. And then the most basic particles of the salt learn and evolve from it. So these pleas of the salt, you collect that from downed enemies, as well as chests that you find around the world. Arrow of Freedom. So this is going to be the little shot that she does, her primary offensive capability. And you can increase Dandara's endurance, so her hearts. That'll be important later on when things get a little more hectic. So that glossary gives you some of the basics. The world right away, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to love the world. You can see that it's, they say it's directionless, and that's absolutely true. Thank you, Clay. Red Hot Streamer here. Antonio G, aka Hypecaster. That's my new Twitter, because my other one didn't make sense. So you can follow me at Hypecaster, just like it sounds. Thank you for joining me, Clay. But right off the bat, you can see that it's pretty fun to be leaping and bounding around. And the world's definitely unconventional, so there's really nothing that you could say is, you know, the ground or the ceiling. It all kind of melts. And of course, that's going to be a perfect playground for you being able to jump around. I gotta stop this carbonite thing. Carbonite, you lost my business for sure. So as you can see there, when you get hit, Dandara will go off the wall, and she'll kind of be floating between the ceiling and the floor, and stays that way until you do another input command. So that's pretty cool. You can use that to your advantage sometimes to get your wits about you. Sometimes it'll put you in an advantageous position. Sometimes it'll put you in a worse position right after being hit, and you gotta move again. I'm hitting puberty over here. This is pretty cool. So Milton, poison stings. You'll find, I would say, like espers around, so like the souls of defeated or killed characters as you travel. There's a pretty cool hook to that. It tells like a little bit of a story of what's going on with the people and the characters. So the world's gonna shift sometimes. It doesn't happen a lot, but here and there, as you're moving, the world's gonna also twist and turn, which is crazy. It's not for the faint of heart, not for the weak stomach. I'll tell you that right now. But again, it doesn't happen too often, so we're fine. Alright, got that full screen going for you peoples. So plenty of enemies here. So you don't want to go in without caution anywhere, because you have to really be thinking before you get acclimated to the controls about where you are, where the enemies are, just because it's just not as natural as you've seen in other platformers where you're just gonna like bound or roll or jump out of the way. It's just not that simple. So you really got to be thinking about, okay, where am I gonna escape to if all of a sudden there's like 3 bees or, you know, whatever enemies are around. And this is where some of the annoyance kind of sets in. So I've reached like a little dead end here. And a dead end in the sense that I don't even think that this particular area will open up later, though I haven't seen that. So I'm in this little dead zone, and now I'm just forced to try to go explore somewhere else. I'm gonna open up the map. Whoops. I think there's a map button. We'll figure it out right now. But, gotta figure out where I'm supposed to go. And I got stuck in the first couple hours of play at least 3-4 times with that. Very annoying at first. Let's see. And you've been with me from the start, so you know that it hasn't really said too much about the map. So that's something that I'm going to have to be peeking at as much as possible, because you're going to get lost in the game. That's the bad news. Clearing out some shrubbery. The other thing is with this offensive capability. Oh, game audio's a tad higher. Give me 1 second. Thank you, sir. Game audio's a tad high. Aw, yeah, son. Alright, Clay, thank you for watching, sir, again, but let me know if the game audio is a little better now. Whoops. Whoopsie. Alright. So I'm already low on hearts. I'm playing reckless. With reckless abandon. This is what starts to bother me. It's like, okay, the world's cool. Got walls, got ceilings, everything's topsy-turvy. Got, you know, trees and obviously in some type of little forest area, but it's just not engaging moment to moment. I mean, the art style's very pretty. It's pretty fun to be jumping from wall to wall. But is anything else going on here? Not right now. Okay, so we talked about movement. Well, actually, I'm going to go back and hit camp really quick because it's going to refill my life, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Let's see if this mentions anything about the map. I bet it doesn't. Nope. Dum-dum-dum. Let's see, where's that map button at? Alright. Where's my map? Map. Give me that map. Give me that map. Give me that map. I need it because I'm lost. Give me that map. Give me that map. Give me that map. I need it because I'm lost. Dandara in herself is pretty cool. I kind of wish that she had some lines. She's a silent protagonist. You'll find little NPC characters on the journey that's going to speak to her in that kind of Zelda game way where Link doesn't really say anything. They're like, it's all a one-sided conversation. So we're in the village of artists, and all of a sudden we go from this foresty area to this kind of street sign, urban aesthetic, which is interesting. Oh, see, if you don't pay attention, those jumps will get you. You'll run into a spike thing or one of these, I want to say Anubis looking, is it Anubis? Some Egyptian god looking little guys, and they got these spears. I'm gonna be honest, not the most interesting things to fight. Oh, a chest. Oh, a chest. What do you got? What do you got for me? What do you got for me? What do you got? There we go. Whoops. Almost destroyed my mic. Alright, listen to the smooth sounds of Nintendo Village streaming Dandara. I was wondering where that map went. So the map was a pickup, which is great. Okay. This is where we started out, down here, the campsite, and this was that dead end before. So where do we gotta go? So the green was the forest area, and now we're in the red, which is the cityscape. You can see this a little electrified area here. Whoops. Test successful. It is hazardous. Alright, so I'm gonna try my luck this way. There's not too much to go on. The game definitely doesn't hold your hand as far as where to go. Got a nice little abandoned house. I kind of see it as a missed opportunity because, I mean, I don't know. Death. Fallen into oblivion. It's a pretty cool death animation. Not gonna lie. But now that I kind of know where I'm going, I'm gonna go a little fast through this part. But yeah, I wish that there was something minute to minute about the scenery that was about the locales that kind of grab you. That doesn't really happen. It's kind of odd. So, like in this area, I'm like, okay, street signs, that's pretty cool. But then you'll see later that the assets are reused. Whoops. Quite a bit. Kind of like the same-ish throughout this whole area. And even hours into the game, everything remains intentionally vague about what's going on here. So you're obviously in a very unique universe. Something about Salt, something about her. Actions will not be forgotten, but what are you actually doing? There you go. So I found my body. And again, the little soul that I found, or the Esper thingy, saying that I died from serious injuries. It was really not paying attention. Hubris, if you would. Another chest. So these pick-me-ups, Essence of Salt, I could hit the B button and refill my hearts. You get to refill the pick-me-ups every time you go to a tent to save. So let's just say that I need to use the one that I have. It won't refill again unless I reach that checkpoint. So here's another little odd enemy. I am now fighting a purple brick. I've now defeated the purple brick. Ask me if I'm having fun. Go ahead. I'm having a alright time. See, this is cool. This is where the game shines a little bit. Okay. So you got this little weird looking dude. The Eldarian army is outside. That's who I've been fighting. The creation side. That's where we're floating around. All will be revealed. So these NPCs will activate in different ways, opening up paths for you to take in the world. So now we have these green paths. We're supposed to be like artist type, I don't know, palettes, I'm not sure what. She was an artist and she helped you out. So now there'll be these pads everywhere that'll help us get around, which is nice. Look at Dandara's little yellow scarf. Isn't that amazing? It's pretty cool. Look at that. Now, in the developer patch notes, they were saying that the music was actually, new music was added, which is just very exciting because I was definitely looking forward to that. There's been a lot of indie games that have really blown me away with the music that they're offering, which is cool. Now, let's see if I can destroy this Aldarian army a little bit. Weaken them. Let's check the map. I'll go this way. I think there's something in here. What shall we find? Ooh. Who are you? heroes died from sadness. That was the most emotionally impactful moment so far of the game, honestly. That's sad. She died of a broken heart. All she wanted to do was love somebody and be loved. Okay, so not gonna lie, not too much of a challenge, especially once you get the hang of the movement. Again, knowing when to escape is really important. Dodging the charge attacks as well as dodging the charge attacks of those soldiers as well as the fireballs that they shoot. Let's see, I don't think I can get to that chest yet. Hit up the camp. There we go. And we might be able to upgrade something. I think so. Let's see. So we got enough salt. I'm assuming it's salt. Let's see. And do I want more hearts or do I want a replenishment? I think replenishment's the smart move. And I'm pretty sure you have to be selective. So once I select an upgrade, you'll notice that the cost of the upgrade, now if I were going to go back and try to do the heart, it's going to cost even more. So I think that that's the game's way of telling you to choose wisely about what you want to upgrade, because the cost's going to go up exponentially, not just for that one upgrade, but for all subsequent upgrades. So you only get one shot at it being cheap first time around. So let's go up here. This is a dead end. You'll see a lot of dead ends in the game. Look at that cow. Didn't notice that the first time around. For some reason there's some street art there. That's interesting. So I didn't time the jump correctly. Didn't judge my distance. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we know we can't go that way. I think I have to go this way. Oops. So you can't move too fast. Or also hit enemies. But that's okay. You really don't want to rush through a nice looking game like this. You want to get nice and slow. So not too challenging. Not yet. Let's see. Should I point this way? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I get turned around so easy. What do I want to do? Let's go back. Think, Tony. I just get turned around so easy. This is... I don't know. Maybe this is the slow way around. Aha! So using that area we unlocked before to make some progress. Ooh, what's that? If they added a casino minigame in the patch, I'll be psyched. I'd like to visit the roulette tables right now. I'm pretty sure that this was developed in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say Long Hat House. Is out of Brazil? I don't think Raw Fury is. That's the developer and publisher. Nope. not working. Let's go this way then, I guess. Okay. See, I don't have a good sense of direction as is, so this is not gonna help. A game where everything's flipping up back and forth all the time. Whoops. Okay. I already tried this. Do I go the other way? I don't really feel like I'm ever in danger moment to moment, so I forget to take the replenishment of the hearts, that little item. So that's not good. Let's try this. Locked from the inside. The mystery continues. Replenish really quick. Far from an upgrade. No upgrade yet. Not for you. Take a little capture, why not? Okay. Now we're gonna get somewhere. I can feel it in my bones. Okay. Whoa! Dealt with. Oh no. So these enemies are interesting. These orbs that come flying at you, they're kind of on a kamikaze mission to destroy your face. And cool thing about that is your attack requires you to hold, is this Y? X. Requires you to hold X for a moment to charge. You can't just tap to attack. So if something's coming at you and you've kind of dashed or teleported in front of something too quickly and you didn't buy yourself that space, then you're gonna get hit because you don't have the reaction time to jump away, you don't have the reaction time to charge up your offensive attack, so you have to be moving at a kind of a slower pace. It's not the funnest thing because you don't get into a nice flow with the movement. It's only safe to leap around when you know that you've cleared an area, you're really familiar with it. So I wish that I felt more like I was free to move, but instead you're kind of like plodding, kind of always kind of careful. If you're playing smart. Can't wait to see some speed running with this. Picking up my body. Don't know if you get any perk necessarily for that, or if you're dropping your salt and you have to pick up the currency that you've dropped. That would be pretty cool if you had to go back for it to get your upgrade currency back. I haven't noticed that. I'm gonna pay attention next time. I'm gonna study the game in detail. Okay, what do we got here? Fireballs. Balls of fire. See? Nothing too severe. Your reach on your offensive shot is limited, so I found so many times that the enemy's just out of reach, you kind of have to wait for them to move or for you to get it just right, for you to jump in just the right area. Now I'm gonna be in range. And again, it's, I don't know, it's whatever. Not my favorite decision either. You don't really feel powerful, you don't really feel like you're up against an enemy that's super imposing or threatening. I think so far we've seen how many of these little army in your disguise. How many? 30? Slow and steady. Stay out of their range. Pick them off. Locked area. Oops. Okay. Oops. There we go. Checking the stream really quick. Yeah, son. Alright. So if I'm playing the game, if I'm watching somebody playing the game, my question is, are you having a good time? Because I want to make that informed purchase decision. I have to be honest that I don't feel challenged. I don't feel like the movement, although definitely I don't feel challenged right as I die. Hypocrite! But, kind of just have to keep your wits about you at the same time that you're moving about. I just feel like all the levels or all the new areas are kind of melding. I feel lost constantly. Maybe that's what they're going for. It's floaty. Welcome to the new age. But seriously, it's not challenging in the sense of, I don't know. I'm struggling to pay attention, is what it is. Just a little critique. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with seeing how a game could improve. Maybe in a patch, maybe in later levels. You never know. Could be game of the year for all I know. Could have emotional impact. Could have the best combat and enemy design ever, and they're just keeping it under wraps till the late game. Alright, so this is where I went too fast last time. They're changing up the geography on me just enough to have me pay attention this time. The other thing is the price point, so I was super surprised and happy that Dandara is coming out US $14.99. Oops. Oops. So it's interesting that every area is like Connor's Club, so-and-so's bar, abandoned house, but you see very few characters. So one of them was saying, I'm sorry that you have to see everything in this, you have to see the world in this state. So maybe it's trying to give you that idea that this is a desolate place now, but it isn't always. So now I'm fighting a tank. Spikes, shooting fireballs. Oops. Oh no. I'm not charged with my essence. But he's dead already. Boom. The light. It's blinding. Alright. Check the map. Always check the map. Don't want to get lost. That was a previously inaccessible area. Okay, so I know from experience, from playing before, that this is not going to allow me to go. And this is interesting. It's right where the red area is meeting the green, so the cityscape meeting the forest, meaning that area probably opens up and connects. That's deduction, people. Sherlock Holmes. Pick it up. Read a book. Okay. Speaking of books, I think, if you haven't picked it up, I think it's Jason Schreier, if I'm pronouncing his name right. Blood, Sweat, and Pixels is excellent. Picked it up for, I think, 99 cents. It was was on sale for on Amazon. Tomaz's House. No, but seriously, pick up that book. Here we go. This is one of those NPC characters. Tomas. Eldarian army. Again. Freedom. I like the way it sounds. I know what to do. This song is from the old days of the Salt. So, I don't know, so this is obviously, you know, this music inspired character, but, and then, you know, he's activating these platforms with his musical power or whatever, he's activating it, but there's nothing musically happening in the game. I think that's very odd, but that's okay. I didn't make the game. I'm just playing it right now. So no like remix of music, which would be cool. It's fairly the same track on the loop that we heard before. Again, interesting. Not wrong, just interesting. So I think I gotta make my way to camp. It always wants you to loop back to the camp, or near the camp. So, understanding the tricks of the trade here, I'm gonna make my way back. I'm gonna refill my heart so I don't die. Yeah, Dandara herself is cool. She's dressed to the nines, ready to destroy people. This, Anubis army people, they are dressed like Prince on weekend. Rest in peace. So let's see if I made my way back. Nope. I went off the reservation. Can I go that way? Nope. So you can only dash a certain length. So that's out of my reach. So I can't get to that area easily. I have to go all the way around. And now I'm gonna get back to where I need to go. Okay, so I just got some upgrade points. Some of that, I think, salt. I hear a little bit of audio when I step on the pad. Do 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 do. A little bit. I'm just saying, like, drop some DMX in there. You know what I'm saying? See, only the cool kids know about DMX. Wait, I'm not supposed to go that way. I don't think so. I'll go up. So it's not a rip-roaring adventure, boys and girls, but it's not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna go for hearts this time. Mostly because I forget to refill and replenish with the other item. So that heart should buy me a life. Oh, where am I supposed to go? See, this is the most annoying part now, because what the game would like you to do is remember kind of where you've been before. and know where you've seen those pads before, the ones that were previously not activated by the music, and it'd like you to kind of go there based on memory, I'm guessing. The only other explanation would be to make your way there kind of on a whim and just say, okay, well, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so I don't remember where those pads were that were not activated before, mostly because the landmarks are not very pronounced. I don't remember where I've been. Maybe other people smarter than me would understand, so I have not unlocked the ability to get through these walls. So yeah, it's Metroidvania in the sense that you're talking to the NPCs that are opening up areas, so that's one way. Later on, there are different attacks that you can get that will allow you to break down walls and progress further into the different colored and theme areas, which is fine. But I think what's lacking here is any sense of place. I think they went kind of crazy with, okay, this is a real unique world, like, wow, you're jumping around, and that's fine, but I minute to minute, I'm not really compelled to explore the world. Okay, so this looks promising. See some of those pads over there. See a Anubis enemy guy I haven't beat up too much on. So any of these doors should do the trick. Now let's hit this. Let's find out together, shall we? Okay, dead end again. I go round. It's no big deal. I go round. Let's see. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So music pad into artist pad. Nice little combo there. And I'm not going to stop at any of the doors. I'm just going to go straight up because I want to find something cool. Come on. Show me something. Artist pad. No, music pad into artist pad. Nope. Ooh. That was cool. Oh, what's that? Got another lost soul. Huh? What? You tell me I can't. Okay. Despondency. What a way to go. Poor Dolores. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to go. Oh, can't go down. Whatever you say, game. I'll listen to you. Let's go this way. Oh, that purple box will kill you and everybody you care about. Boom. Dead. You pay for your crimes. Purple box. Okay. See, this looks like I've been here. Yep. Must have took a wrong turn at the interstate. Oops. Okay. Oh, don't tell me. There's nowhere to go. Okay. Maybe it's gonna make me look around. My short memory tells me that I could use one of these two doors I passed up last time. Oh, never mind. I guess I was in a different spot. Oh, everything looks the same. Oh, yes. Treasure. Okay. Let's see. Little bit of monies. Little bit of monies to spend next time I shopping. Steve Wynn, owner of Wynn Resorts in Las Vegas, breaking news, steps down amid sexual allegations. I had a very unpleasant stay there last time in Vegas, and I really like his hotels. I'm just saying. Alright, so... Oops. Making progress here, right? Making progress. What is that background there? I don't know. A little vegetation. I don't know. I'm sure the artists had fun. I'm sure whoever was storyboarding this had a good time. Okay. Check the map. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have to go over here. Have I been here? Die! You fiends! I shall take your life! Okay. Oops. So what makes a good Metroidvania? I think you have to feel... Well, I don't want to just say that you have to feel like you're in an interesting space. Because that's one thing. But I especially like when you feel like you're kind of lost and alone. Not really getting that sense with the game, but that's okay. I also like to feel fairly underpowered at first and feel like you're bulking up. I can say that after a couple more hours you get different attack, things like that, but I never really felt like I was altering myself in any huge way. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna try to go up. Again, this is all like a little maze thing going on here. Everything's kind of melding together, so I really don't know exactly what's supposed to be going on. Like, where am I supposed to go? The game wants you to remember and find out. Maybe it's just me. Maybe everybody else has a lot more brain food. They're able to figure it out. Okay. Let's see. That little move. How about that? Grant me access. Oh, this looks promising. Feels new. Okay, what's going on? Where am I? Okay, I'll go what I believe to be up. That'll do it. Check. Up again. I don't think I went this way. Let's try door number 2. I think that you want to see paths that are outside of your reach in Metroidvania and kind of feel like you could get there, but then no, you can't, and then you have to kind of resign yourself to coming back later, and it's exciting the next time that you come back. You're like, yes, I can finally reach that ledge or area or reach the next point, and it's exciting in a certain way. But yeah, not on the cards. Okay, so I see what happened here. So last time I was here, I messed up. So we got kind of a little bit of a movement puzzle and kind of move so I'm in the wrong spot. I want to get directly above, so to get there, I have to move that platform with that green button. But I can't get there, so I gotta go back. Get out of here. Oh my god. Alright. So I stuck. Should I ask for directions? I wonder if this means I have to go back around. That'd be super annoying. I don't know if in Guacamelee or in Metroid you feel like you made a wrong turn and then it makes you loop back around. I don't recall that being a thing. Could be wrong. But again, it's not trying to be those games, obviously. It's trying to break the mold in a lot of ways. The dev has to be commended for thinking of the movement, for making it feel natural after a while, because now it's pretty much second nature, and you don't move like this in very many games that I've seen at least, so I'm stuck. I am stuck. Alright, I tried that way. Tried that way as well. I guess I'm gonna go around. I'm forced to backtrack. It's okay. Because we're gonna get through it. Because I'm gonna show you all what's behind that area. If it is the last thing I do on the stream. So let's give it props for movement. Let's give it props for thinking outside the box and creating a world that's gonna fit that movement. That's gonna feel right. Okay, so can I go up? I don't remember. Boxes. I found boxes. Little eyeball there to greet me. That was nice. Pretty sure I'm supposed to go out. So let's figure that out. And I can't backtrack again, so it's punishing me for not remembering where to go, for not understanding how to navigate. That's okay, because I found more boxes. Boom! Die! I love fighting boxes. I said boom boom boom, let me say Dandara. I don't think it let me ride this down last time. Guess it still won't. Alright, I'm really hoping that going up here leads to a side door. I know where I have to go. Progress is not being made. I have failed you once again. Okay. Let's try uno más. baby, try me one more time. And a death. I feel like I've fallen into oblivion. That's funny. Okay. Oops. Don't move too fast now. Do not move too fast now. Oh, you know it'd be crazy? It'd be sick if I've already gone as far as I needed to go that way, and I'm wasting breath and time. That's the other interesting thing right now is the chess. I don't really like chess, I don't really like chess having just currency in them. I feel like, especially in Zelda, like if you're finding a chest after adventuring for so long, I hate there to be rupees inside. Like, I just feel like, okay, I'll pick up rupees in grass and in pots, all that. I mean, unless it's some super huge currency denomination of rupee or the like, you know. Okay, very far from an upgrade. Again, they get more stingy with the upgrades as you go. Again, the patch was supposed to take care of some of that, but that's okay. Maybe this is exactly the sweet spot of upgrades that they want you to be at, which is fine. What do we got here? Straight up? Let's go straight up real quick. Because again, I can't remember what's up here. Oh, dead end. Is that a boom boom boom? Let me say Dandara. Oh. Ah! See, I'm getting frustrated trying to get back to where I was, and because of that, I'm getting sloppy with my movement, which, if I'm gonna do this right, I really should go back and recharge really quick. Maybe if I was on more sleep, I would understand and things would become more clear as far as my path. Unless I'm missing something where the game's giving you some type of visual cues, I'm pretty sure that you're just left to figure it out, and that's part of the enjoyment, that's part of the fun, is to navigate. And that's fine. I know for a fact in Metroid and other Metroidvania games, it's not like they're trying to spoon feed you the adventure, like where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. There's supposed to be secrets. Not too much of that going on right now, which is fine. I feel like I'm at that dog meme where the dog's in the room on fire and saying this is fine. Alright. So I know I'm supposed to go this way. I kill you! Die! Because we were having this under embargo and had it for review, I wasn't able to confer with anyone to see how long the game is, because it's kind of a concern of mine right now. I really wonder how expansive the world is. Honestly, mostly because I'm hoping that it ramps things up and things get more interesting, and the game would... the game would be short and sweet. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't see... oh, no! Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. Go down. Yes! Yes! My precious! Okay, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I'm gonna loop back around. We're not gonna mess up this time. Pro streamer right here. Don't mess with me, Dandara. Okay, so this is wrong as well. is. I know where I have to go. It's right there. So I gotta start from the bottom. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Okay. So this might be it. Boxes. Somebody's gonna comment later. Like, do you even game, bruh? I can obviously look at this map and tell where you're supposed to go. Obviously, you've been there like 4 or 5 times. I know. I'm aware of my depravity. Do. Chicka chicka. Let's see what we got here, gentlemen. Not so sure I want to go up. Certainly want to go down. This is not where I want to be. Pretty sure. Yep. Almost killed myself for no reason. Pointless. Alright. The game has defeated me. There's a way, and there's something about my sleep level. My energy will not allow me to think about how to go about getting to where I need to be. Unless it loops me around right here. Save the day, Dandara. Okay. Good God. It's gotta be here, right? It's gotta be. Okay. Oh, this looks right. Looks a little bit right. Looks a little bit right. Yep, this is it. It's gotta be. Yes. Man, I have such good luck at the end of streams. It's gotta be. Is this it? I don't know. Okay. Check the map. It's all about the map. Oh, this is confusing. Alright, that's fine. I know I made that little move before. Nope. That's not it. It's the other one. Yep. Okay. No. Alright, it's okay. I could get it back. I could get it back. Just gotta go around. No. Let's start. No. Just gotta go back this way. There we go. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, quit playing the game. Okay, wait. There we go. So you do that quick move. Go up. Go up again. Yes. All right. can smell success. It's coming, people. I can feel it. I can feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Christmas all around me. Please let it be good. Let it be good. Come on. Alright. So now I can refill my hearts up to 2 times. Or twice, as the laymen say. Okay, now I don't want to screw up here. Let's go straight up. Simple. Yep. Now we're talking. Now it's gravy. Everything's gravy. I'm gonna take out all my frustration on these dudes. These bomb dudes. Gonna die. And I don't even want to, I don't even want to say that the, getting lost part is a super negative. That could just be player to player. Other people may flow and, find the right areas, etc. And that's fine. That's going to happen. It could just be me playing, not used to that type of games, etc. But even if I were to fly through this, I'm just not very enthralled by what's happening again with the gameplay. The movement's lost its luster pretty early. None of these characters are compelling. Everything's odd, which is nice. So this guy says he creates rules, but not like that bastard Augustus, who I guess we're gonna meet later. You talk to him about freedom. He's like, freedom, huh? Just like everybody else, they're like enthralled by the idea of freedom. How you're setting them free, I'm not sure. But jumping around, shooting stuff. Johnny B missiles. So now I'm gonna be able to unlock certain areas because Metrovania style, I can destroy walls. Wow. I'm gonna go back to him to refill the tank. In the patch notes, it did also say that you're gonna have more energy replenished, more ammunition, so to speak, to fire these secondary weapons. So I think it gave you a couple more shots than before. That's something that I'll have to test later, because I think before you could only do like 4 shots of these Johnny B missiles. Okay, so like I said, the game wants you to loop back around. Ideally, you'd know where those stone walls were that you wanted to break open. Surprisingly enough, I think I actually do know. I was going to say right there. I do kind of know where I'd like to break into. Finally. Stop really quick. Let's see if I have enough for an upgrade. And I do. I want more energy. And I want... I think it's smarter to do a refill. Okay. So now I'm all souped up. Now I'm ready to go. So now you're thinking, okay, you put in your time. You're about to fight something crazy. You're about to experience what this game really has to offer. You paid your dues. You hear something grumbling and growling up there. What is it? What is it? Okay. Uh-oh. Dandara, you're here. What is your side in this? What do you want? Freedom? Nonsense. Can't you see? Because of the useless creation, the salt here is poisoned, weak. For the sake of the salt, this village shall be sent to oblivion. It shall be purged. I see words won't convince you. After so long, a newborn comes from the crib of creation, just to be smashed. Goodbye, Dandara. So, I'm fighting a purple fist, dude? What's going on here? Where's the music? Oh! Damn, it's Augustus! The immutable Foggy? What? He's an immutable Foggy! He looks like a purple head. Ah! Shooting stuff at me. How dare you! So, I'm just picturing him being at work, and you're kind of like the migraine attacking him during his work hours. Not allowing him to focus on the big project that he needs to finish before the weekend, or his boss is going to keep him. And he has plans, you know what I mean? He met a good lady at the bar. Whoa, you jumping on the hand? That's pretty cool. There you go. So he met somebody, last weekend. He's trying to call her up, trying to do something, maybe a little barbecue. If the weather's gonna hold up. You never know. Whoops. Those little minion guys. So I'm gonna take that opportunity after getting hit to not be on the wall. Oops, to not be on the wall. See if I give him a little headache. See, there you go. So he's not able to concentrate at work because he's got a little Dandara person flying around. Oops. He's gonna need an aspirin. He's definitely gonna need an aspirin after this. So, whoa! What the? Can't see. Okay. We changed venues. He didn't like the way that fight was playing out, so he changed the battlefield. That's okay. I'm not gonna panic. I don't blame him though. He's been working for that promotion for like 6 months. Straight. I'm talking long hours. His manager's not gonna take he had a headache, a migraine for the last few months as an excuse. That's not gonna fly. Not at this company. Maybe at his old job, but not now. Maybe when his manager was his best friend. Not with Susan. Susan's running a tight ship. Ah, I knew it. Oh no! No! Oh, do not die. Do not want to play this game. No offense, purple head guy. You're the most boring enemy I've fought in a long time. So now I am going platform to platform, not too much going on. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot I got these missiles. Maybe this will save my life. Oh, die. You know what I really hope doesn't happen? I hope he doesn't change the venue one more time. Pull out. Oh! One of those tricks. Alright. I'm gonna redeem myself. I'm gonna redeem myself. I'm gonna end the stream on a win. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Because inside all of us is that gamer pride where you don't want to get beat. I'm not going to get beat by a purple head. There's no way. Ah! And I'm not paying attention. Trying to go through real fast. I like the color yellow in this game. Whenever the yellow's there, it's cool. Alright, I'm gonna go slow. The game wants you to go slow. Okay. Alright, come here, you little purple head. he'll talk to me again. We had a nice little conversation before the battle last time. Come on out. Again. That's actually pretty cool. Die, Augustus! Okay. Come on, Augustus. Usted saves on un foleta. Whoa, I'm on his face. That's gotta be annoying. Oh, here goes the eyes. Transported. There we go. So I get back. Why would you want to fight me again? Didn't I make it boring enough last time? Avoid! Avoid! Evasive maneuvers, Dandara! Give me everything you got. These missiles on them. Have little effect. Okay. Replenish. That should get me through this. That should get me through the rest of the fight. Die. Die, Egyptian god-looking things. I'm about to destroy this guy's hat. That hat is mine once I kill you. Oh, what's the hat? Okay. See, now this music's cool. All of a sudden they're like, boss music please. DJ, turn it up. Concentrate. Shit. Honestly, right now my hand's kind of hurting from doing the same motion. But that's okay.